So for those of you that don't know me, maybe you don't follow me, maybe you just found this video through a hashtag, I am Beth, and I am the mother of a special needs little girl. Her specific diagnosis is agenesis of the corpus callosum. Now, I know that's a mouthful, but basically the pathway between her left and right brain didn't form. So the nerves that connect the two sides of the brain, which is how they communicate, is completely absent. A year ago today, I actually posted, and if you scroll back, the post is still there. And I said that I was going to start sharing more of her journey because I felt like that was what I needed to do. And then I promised myself, like years ago, that when she was 5, that I was going to start sharing her journey, because it's powerful. And I feel like she's our miracle, but at the same time, like when you have something like that, I don't know if everybody does, I tend to really keep that guarded in a lot of ways. And I do share a lot, and I have come a long ways with what I share. I think I've shared a lot more in the past year probably than I have, but I've also really struggled over the past year because I felt like that's what I needed to be doing. But for some reason, I still just was so hesitant. I just wanted to argue with God, I think, about all the reasons that I shouldn't do it and how people wouldn't care and how the response probably wouldn't be great. And, you know, if that's what I'm called to do, I don't think that anything like that matters. And I think that's the hard thing. Like, that's a hard pill to swallow. Just because my whole life, like, I've wanted to make an impact. You know, I've wanted to change something. I've wanted to, like, make a difference. But as much as I wanted to make a difference, for some reason, this journey that God put us on, I always put on the back burner because it's so personal. But I promised myself a year ago, and I have shared more over the past year, but I think I finally decided that I'm just gonna, do it. And I'm gonna start telling her story because when our little girl was born, I felt like, I didn't understand why she was gonna have to live this life full of difficulty. I didn't really understand why, I felt like I had the perfect pregnancy and it happened, but I felt like there was a reason. And if the reason was that I was supposed to share her story and her journey because somewhere along the way it was going to change somebody's life, I promised God that I would do that. And my little girl's 8. So for the past 8 years, I've just been really guarded about it. So you're going to start seeing a lot more of her. I am probably going to start putting videos on YouTube as well as IGTV. There's going to be a lot of the normal stuff you guys see. There's going to be a lot of lifestyle. There's going to be still like fashion. I love those things. And I started Instagram because I wanted an outlet. I wanted something for me. When I left my job, I had a job of 16 years that I loved, and I worked with a group of girls that were like family. I miss them crazy bad. But when I left that job, I don't know, I just kind of felt, I left it because I was at the time investing so much into my daughter, like time-wise, that was taken away from my full-time job. And, I think we were like in 7 therapy sessions a week. And in addition to all the normal things, it just became a lot. And So I decided to quit, and my schedule now is a lot more flexible and I'm much more available for her, which is my job as a mom. Like, that's the primary thing that matters. So, but when I left there, I just was kind of like, oh my gosh, like, I'm giving up everything. And I know that sounds selfish, and it is. On a bad day, I would feel like, oh my gosh, like I'm having to give up everything. Like, I just had a hard time with it. And I think that's human nature. And no matter how much you love your kid, oh my gosh, I would do anything in the world for my kid. And I think we know that. But I think as moms, too, we have that part of us that kind of wants like something of, we don't want to lose ourselves along the way. Like, yeah, we want to give to our family and give to our husband and give ourselves everywhere we're needed, but like, we don't want to lose ourselves along the way. And I don't know, I had a really hard time with that. And so I started, the Instagram page, and it just kind of gave me something, to like put my energy into when it felt like all of my energy had been poured out, to something else. I was just like, I just want to, something else to do that's mine. So that's why I started the Instagram page. Then I started getting some collaborations, which I love. The creativity that I get to put into shooting for companies I'm obsessed with it. I love it. Like, I literally lay in bed at night and like come up with things in my head, like what to do, So I enjoyed that part of it. And then this past year, while I was arguing with God for probably the whole year about, I'm ready to do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna start sharing Austin's story in detail, like I think it could benefit a lot of people. And then the next hour, I kid you not, I'm like, I'm not ready to do that. Like, I'm not sure it's a good idea. And then something would happen and I'd be like, gosh, here it is again. Like, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. So I felt like that it was such a struggle, and I was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I knew that it was not my choice anymore. I knew it wasn't an option for me to like stay completely guarded and just not fulfill what I felt like God was telling me to do. That makes sense. I've never been the girl that's like, oh yeah, I heard God speak to me and this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I want to try this, and if it works out, good. And then I'm going to try this because I think that's what I'm supposed to be doing, and we'll see if that works out. And I don't know. Like, I don't know if I'm the only person that has that issue. I don't know if I'm the only person that wants to try like a lot of things my way and then finally like lay it all down and be like, okay, that's it. Like, I'm ready. Like, I surrender right now. So that's kind of where I am with the whole thing. And I guess I want to put out a disclaimer first of all, because I don't want anyone to ever take what I'm going to be doing here or anything that I just said about being selfish or about feeling like I was giving up anything. Don't take that the wrong way. Like, that is 100% like transparency, and we're human. We're all just human. And I feel like along the way, I'm probably going to say something, and somebody's going to be like, well, you just need to be happy that you have a child, or you just need to be happy because there's a lot of people that can't get pregnant, or they've lost a child. I am so grateful that I have a child. And I'm not on here to complain about our situation. I'm not on here to make anybody like try to feel sorry for us or anything like that, because I hate that. Like, I do not want anybody to like give us pity. I'm not about that. I am here because I want to advocate for my child. I am here because she's a miracle, and I feel like you guys need to know that. And she is a story of defying odds. And I just get so emotional when I think about that, because she's so brave and so tough, and so many things she's defeated. And I think it's important that you guys know that, because somebody out there is on this journey. You know, when we go to the doctor, when I call the doctor and they say, oh, we're booked 4 or 5 months out, and then I go and sit in that waiting room and I'm there for an hour watching kids just rotate in and out, I know we're not the only family that's struggling, you know, with a special needs situation. And this past year, I connected with a girl on Instagram, and I honestly think that she is another person that like gave me the push I needed to do this, to be brave enough to do it, and to not care what the fashion people would think, or the beauty people would think, or whatever the cool people would think. Like, it's not about that. It's not about that at all. But I don't ever want you guys to take anything that I say, because my heart goes out for the girls that can't have, the families, you know, that can't have children, or the families that have lost children. You know, it's not about that. It's about sharing our journey and hoping that we impact or change or influence or connect with a lot of people who are on our journey on the way. So that's mostly. I do need to also say that I feel like a lot of people struggle with purpose, and I was one of those people. When I got in my 30s, I was just like, oh my gosh, like, I'm coming up, you know, later on 40, and I haven't changed the world yet. Like, I haven't left my mark. I haven't like done anything major. Like, and I think everything that we see on the news and social media and the big things that we're all exposed to makes us feel like we're supposed to be doing these huge things. And you know, I got in my mid-30s, and I was telling my husband one night, I was like, you know, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, I can't figure out what my purpose is. Like, I've tried this and it didn't work, and I've done this and it didn't work, and I had a job for 16 years that I just had to like let go of because our life plan changed, you know. And I want to change the world and I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. And he looked at me and he said, what if your purpose is just to be Austin's mom? You know, essentially, I know that's not as big of an impact as you want to make on the world. But that's the most important one. And it just hit me like a ton of bricks, because he's completely right. Don't tell him I said that. No, but really, you know, I feel like I still have a lot of healing to do in the world of the special needs parent journey. I'm not a professional by far. I struggle with a lot of things. But I finally feel okay saying that being Austin's mom and being on this earth specifically to equip her for what her future holds is what I'm supposed to be doing. So videos will start coming out shortly. I'm not even gonna tell you guys a schedule because I actually wanted to be a lot more put together for this video, but I got home early, baby girl's asleep, husband is not here, so you just gotta do what you gotta do when you can do it. I will probably be coming from the car sometimes. So if you guys have any questions, if you have any feedback, anything you want to say, I am certainly open to all of that. The first video that will go up will just basically be the introduction to our journey, kind of like pregnancy, when we found out about Austin's condition. I don't even know if I've told you guys her name. Her name is Austin. The little southern mess is Austin. So we'll just kind of start there and how we found out, talking to the doctors, that whole process, and what that kind of looked like very early on. And then each video, you know, I'll just take the feedback and questions and anything I get and try to incorporate it along the way. Then random videos will go up. You know, I've got things like with her favorite books or her favorite toys or life hacks that we've learned along the way. So all of that will be included. I am not a video professional. I'm not even really sure how to edit a video. So that should be fun for you guys. We're gonna figure it out together. But yeah, I would love your support. If this isn't your thing, it's fine. Stick around because there's more fashion, there's more lifestyle. All the things that were there will still be there. So no worries. But if you know anybody that could benefit from connecting with another special needs mama, send them my way. Thanks for watching.